confession time. I have too many alphabet dies. Hi, I'm Jess from jesscrafts.com, and I'm here to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's get making. Today, I wanted to do something with my alphabet dies for a couple of reasons. One, I have a lot of them and they need to get some more use. But this is part of the Oh So Inspired collaboration with Call Me Crafty Al and a bunch of other lovely crafters here on YouTube. And we have this inspiration card from Laura Bassen, who on IG is Laura Fedora. I'm sure you've heard of her, but if you haven't, you need to immediately go follow her. She's super amazing. Since this is part of a collaboration, you can follow the hashtag in the video title or the links in the video description to check out all the other people that are hopping along today. And you can even play along using the special hashtag that's provided in the video description. All right, so let's get to today's idea. In the inspiration picture, Laura has arranged the alphabet or the letters in a rainbow sort of order, and I'm going to do something similar. I do have some larger alphabets, kind of similar to what she was working with here, but I thought, well, how could I get a bunch of cards at one time? If I break out my dies and I'm going to cut, each of these different letters out of different colors, what's a more efficient way of going about it? So my idea is I'm going to spell thanks, because I think any of these sets of alphabets, thanks will fit across a card. It's a pretty straightforward word. I don't have to add anything to it. Like with the birthday, you should probably add a happy, but you don't have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spell thanks, and I am going to get the letters for the word thanks, which is the other reason it's a good pick is there's no repeats. There's no, you don't need 2 T's or 2 A's or whatever. I'm going to get all of the letters from each of these sets, and I'm going to cut them all out at one time. Let's be a little more specific. I am going to pick like a red or a pink for the T's, and I'm going to take that one big chunk of red or pink paper and cut all the T's out of it, and then go to orange and cut all the H's out of it. So I picked a rainbow of cardstock from my stash. I did wind up with more brand name than I usually do. I usually have a lot of Recollections cardstock, but I wanted to make sure everything was kind of matching in the right colors and tone of colors and that kind of thing. And I also wanted to make sure I used only solid core, and I do have some Park Lane that's white core, and I didn't want that for this project. And then I'm going to take some scrapbook.com mint tape. I have the really big stuff, but I think a small roll will do as well. But I lined up all the T's from all the sets, because some of my sets had capital T's and lowercase t's, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So in theory, I can make 9 cards really quick. So I'm gonna place this down, and then this way I can cut multiples of the T's or in each letter. So I could probably fit 4 on this sheet, and then I can make multiple cards, or I can stack them up, and I have options. So now I have all of my colorful die cuts organized by letter, and I am ready to start assembling cards and my word thanks. I'm also going to take these strips. These are the scrapbook.com Slimline Stitched Border Christmas, but there's actually a couple in there that I think you can use outside of Christmas. I picked the stars, the diamonds, and the stripe pattern, and I'm going to die cut these as well. I'm going to make sure to use my scrapbook.com magic mat, because it will give me a deeper impression on these embossed bits than a standard plate. I've used my Barely Art glue to glue 2 of each letter together, just to give them a little bit more thickness on the card. You can glue even more, but the more layers you glue together, the more die cuts you're going to need, and I cut 4 of each letter, and so therefore I'm going to be able to make 2 cards with each font size. And then I'm taking all of my letters and I'm lining them up on my grid mat. You can line them up with a ruler, you can line them up inside of your MISTI, anything that has a grid on it so you know that they are straight. And then my best trick for getting letters on straight is to then take some low tack tape, and you can use this multiple times, and to press it down over them. It always makes me nervous. I'm afraid I'm gonna accidentally shift one in the process. Okay, and now I have them all the way I like it. They're maybe not perfectly the spacing between each letter or whatever, but I thought it looked good. So I have now sort of cemented that decision. And then I am going to take my embossed black strip here, and I'm going to use that to ground my word thanks. I cut 3 different ones, but I'm only going to use 1 on each card, which means that I was able to cut enough for 3 cards at one time because I'm going to try to do this in a very mass-producing kind of way. So glue that down. And again, we're going to want to make sure it's straight. So that is where my grid mat comes in very handy. I really enjoy having that as my work surface. Any grid mat will do. The Altenew one is kind of nice because it has the outline of an A2 size card, but you don't always even need that. And then add your glue to the back of your word. The font that I'm using was the Cat Scrappiness Lowercase. I will link as many of the fonts that I had and used as I can, and I'm going to show you some other examples here in a minute just so you can see that this works with really whatever dies you have. I mean, these larger letters make a bigger impact on the card, but I think it's going to look great in several choices. And you might want to give it a few minutes because I started trying to pull it up and the glue hasn't had time to dry, so it's not trying to pull the letter up. Just give it a few minutes and then you can pull the tape up easily. I had a lot of fun with this collaboration. It was really cool to see how just changing the font and getting to use all of my dies gave me pretty different looks on each of the cards. I am a little bit tempted to add some critters to the cards just because I like the look of critters, but I think overall they are really great just the way that they are. If you found this video helpful, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know you like this video with a share to your crafty community. Subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links as well as the hashtag to join in our challenge. See you in the next video!